we do have the provisional finalists here for the 50 backstroke. The finalists: Kirsty Simpson, Lucy Hope, Karen Reid, Julie Williams, Gulsimono, Danielle Joyce, Raquel Matos, Caroline McIntosh. B finalists: Emily Grant, Erin Cummins, Hannah Miley, Jennifer King, Niamh Ritchie, Caitlin Duffy, Vary Swanson, Emma Williams, Megan Kerr, first reserve at the moment, and that swim off Lafferty and Scobie will have to contend for that second reserve position. Men's 200 breaststroke, heat number 1 have begun. Lewis Bailey from Cooper in lane number 1, Luke Mitchell from Perth in 2, Callum Barnes from South Ayrshire in 3, Jacob Duncan Highland in 4, Callum Warnock Bells Hill Sharks in 5, Nathan McGraw from West Lothian in lane number 6, and Angus Allison from Inverleith in lane number 7. Callum Warnock off to the fastest start. He is the second fastest entry time in this one, 2:38.90. Just half a second behind that time of Jacob Duncan from Highland, 2:38.27. It's the two fastest entry times. Look like they are leading them into the halfway point. Jacob Duncan coming through strongly though, as they come through to the 100 mark. And the margin is just over a second, Robert.
Yeah, very, very close moment. Jacob still with about a metre advantage. Lane 3 and lane 6 not far behind. That's Nathan McGraw in 6, Callum Barnes in 3. It's Nathan McGraw who looks as though he's beginning to pull away from Callum Barnes and make a challenge here. Still Jacob leading by about a metre now. And with 50 to go, Paul, not much in it now. It's about half a second, 1:56.92.
Yeah, it's Nathan McGraw has pulled up very well here as the 200 has progressed. Not sure if he's going to quite be able to stay ahead of Jacob Duncan, but it's very, very close indeed. Jacob Duncan just with the edge there. Nathan McGraw 2 lanes up. It is very tight, but I do think that Jacob Duncan is going to get this one. They come into the red markers. It's very close indeed as they closed up a little at the end there, just half a stroke in it. Jacob Duncan 2:37.00, an improvement of just over a second for him. Nathan McGraw 2:37.45, and that's an improvement of 2.5 seconds for Nathan McGraw from West Lothian. Third position, it went to Callum Barnes in 2:40.65.
A good swim by Nathan to come up and get second place. Some good performances from the Swim West Lothian camp here. Some good young swimmers now beginning to come through that programme. Unfortunately, Daniel Ferguson in lane 7. Obviously he's a bit under the weather, not taking part in the events today. And a tweet, Ewan Keane, good luck to all this weekend. You see that on your screen. Thank you, Ewan, for that good message to everyone here today.
It's almost as if you planned to talk about Swim West Lothian a second ago.
Ironic, isn't it? Yeah.
31.84, Kieran Preston leads them through here. There's a few spare lanes in this one, a few empty lanes. 4 in the middle are Callum McBeath, Kieran Preston, Benedict Tortolano and Cameron Park. And in the outside lanes in 1 and 8, Matthew Fennick and Max Hagan. A little bit isolated there on their own. 2 in the centre going very well though. Kieran Preston Benedict Tortolano with a gap between those two of just 0.2 of a second. Preston ahead of Tortolano. Cameron Park and Callum Macbeth in third and fourth. 5/100 separating those two.
Of course, this is the first of the three seeded heat, so as expected, the two middle lanes dominating this. A little between Benedict Tortolano and Kieran Preston. Callum Macbeth and Cameron Park vying for third place. And half a second in it. Benedict Tortolano 1:43.65. And lane 5, Benedict Tortolano still maintaining about a half a metre advantage. Coming down with just about 15 to go. It's all about prestige to get into this final. They'll certainly have done enough to get into the final this evening. Benedict will take that. Kieran finishing second. Let's have a look at the times for the third and fourth. Cameron Park takes third, 2:25.35. Callum Macbeth 2:26.33. And winning time 2:19.68 for Benedict there.
Well, Benedict entry time was 2:21.02, so an improvement on his entry time under the 2:20 mark. Kieran Preston in second, 2:20.58. Gotta think that they will make it to that A final, but got a good swimmers to come, and if they all do what Benedict Tortolano just did and make a couple of second improvement, then they might well force their way into that final too. Ben Johnston from first in lane number 1, Jacob Marchbank from Perth in 2, Callum Laurie from first in 3, Nicholas Quinn in lane number 4 from Edinburgh Uni, Tobermory Mackay champion from Perth in 5, Ross Neely from Swim West Lothian in 6, Thomas Balfour from Bellshill Sharks in 7, and Thomas McSkimming from Warrender in lane number 8. Nicholas Quinn leads them to the first turn. Swam very, very well yesterday in the 50 breaststroke and also in the relay.
He did indeed. He brought the university team home. So swam really, really well yesterday, Nicholas, and he's gone out and he's wanted to make a statement in this one. Gone at least a body length ahead of Tobermory Mackay champion and Perth City lad. Callum Laurie, who we saw swimming really, really well on that 400 free earlier on. His turn is in third. And 1:07.60. Second and a half ahead of Tobermory Mackay champion, who in turn is just over a second ahead of Callum Laurie, and they're beginning to pull away from the rest of the field, Paul.
Yeah, top 3 here, as we may have expected. Callum Laurie, Nicholas Quinn, Tobermory Mackay champion, to try and secure their place in that A final. And he's over there in 1:44.15, 2 seconds exactly ahead of Tobermory Mackay champion. We'll check the times as they get down to the bottom end. Nicholas Quinn's entry time 2:12.61, a very swift 2:12.61. I think probably anywhere under 2:20 is going to get you into that A final. These guys are trying to make sure of that. It's just going to be around about 2:20. 2:20.74 for Nicholas Quinn, 2:23 for Tobermory Mackay champion, and 2:26 for Callum Laurie. Well, might be a little bit tight for that A final.
Yeah, that could be a borderline for Callum there. Really wanted to probably go a couple of seconds faster to give him a chance of being in that final. So last heat, they'll know what they've got to do to make sure they're in that A final tonight. Somewhere under 2:25. We have 3 swimmers in the field here who are sub 2:22, lanes 3, 4 and 5. We have Blair Waterett from Dumfries in lane number 1. No swimmer goes in lane 2. Craig Barnes from South Ayrshire in 3. Callum Tate, Edinburgh University in 4. Daniel Lim, Wander Baths in 5. 6 is Andrew McIntosh, East Kilbride. 7, Ross Young, East Kilbride. And John Keane, Swim West Lothian, over in lane 8. John's time 2:34.89. Wouldn't be surprised if he got quite a few seconds under that. He's been swimming really well, the young 12-year-old, sorry, young 14-year-old.
Oh, Callum Tate leads them out. Representing Edinburgh University, Daniel Lim, 1 lane up from him. Warrender swimmer, that red cap in lane number 5. 1 lane down is Craig Barnes. Swimming now for South Ayrshire. Callum Tate through the halfway point, 107.58. Pretty comfortable for Callum Tate there. See if he can come back under the 2:20 mark. He's looking pretty good though, Callum Tate. Just about opening up a second or so gap over Daniel Lim. Craig Barnes still in contention, 4th position. Looks like it is Andrew McIntosh from East Kilbride. Callum Tate still looking pretty good there. 143.91. The gap at that final turn is just about a second and a half.
Craig Barnes in 3rd will want to ensure that he just keeps this stroke going, stretching, making sure he's inside this 2:23, 2:24 mark to ensure place in the final. And it looks as though those 3 will in fact get inside the 2:25 mark. No doubt about who's going to take the heat. And Callum takes that in 2:20.24. Second is indeed Craig Barnes, 2:23.81, and Daniel Lim, 2:24.02. They'll all, I'm sure, be in the final. Andrew McIntosh, 2:30.31 in 4th place. And a good strong finish there from the South Ayrshire boy to take 2nd place ahead of Daniel Lim.